Hey YouTube, this is Nathan19 here, and I'm here with another video. One thing I want to say is thank you for 100 subscribers. I appreciate everyone for subscribing to my channel. Go check out my last video all the way to the end and see what I'm going to do for you guys. All right, to talk about my budget and also tips on moving out. Like, I know it's tons of videos of people saying they got tips on moving out and moving on your own, but I always see like younger people. Don't see older people, and it's kind of like, people are in a place where they want to have their own space and want to do things, and it's, something I'm trying to bring to you and give you information on how I did things. My way might not work for you, but I'm giving you some insight on how you can get started. So the first thing that I did, and I wrote down in my book right here, was make sure the first thing you do is pray, plan, and manifest. So basically, you have to write everything out. You have to put that in your mind, and you have to pray about it. Like, you have to make sure that you are focused on your goals and making sure you complete your goals, and making sure that you work hard at them so you can be able to, they can come to fruition. Write it out every day. Like, I want to move by this and such date, and I got God, please give me the guidance to get to where I need to get to be able to be able to live on my own and have my own space. Lord, just watch over me and my daughter so we can be able to do the things we want to do. Or your child, whichever it is. Like, I'm just thinking about how I said things, and just give me the guidance and give me the support that I need. Make sure my finances are straight. Just make sure that I have everything I need so I can get out on my own and have my own space. So that's the number one thing, is making sure you plan everything out. Number two is you have to save. So for me, I believe I had a little bit of advantage, but it was still good because I didn't slack on what my goals was. So I started planning in March of 2020 of trying to move out. When everything started down for the pandemic, I had to, I had to wait. But I still had my plan in place of when I was gonna go and apply for my place and everything. So I had to wait till June to apply, but I used that I had tax money saved. So that's one thing. Right now it's tax season. Use that tax money to save to move, so you can be able to move and be in your own space if you can. If you need to use that money, I'm sorry if it's shaking, the camera's shaking. Use that money to either, if you need to get a car to be able to get it to the job so you can get a place, or save it for whatever you need it to so you can be able to have a good nest egg when you be able to move. I use that. I use the stimulus money. I used my regular paycheck because I was still getting paid working from home. Just all those little things that will help you out from saving. Like, just cut back on certain things. Just ask your parents, like, hey, can I not pay you money this couple of months so I can get to a place where I'll be able to have my own, be able to save enough money. But right now is a good time for, like, the tax season time to save. That is the one thing that you have to do, and that's going to show your dedication if you want to keep your place or not. Like, so that'll be the worst if you be able to get this place because you got this little extra money right here and move out, but then you wasn't able to obtain it. So this is like a practice to be able to live on your own. The third thing is research. Do your research. Whatever area you stay in, wherever your work is, if you want to move in a certain city and your work is over here, how is that going to be? I move like 20 minutes away from where I work, but it's because of the amount of rent. I have a car that was able to get there and get back and forth, so I wasn't worried about that. And basically, I researched enough to a point that I was like, okay, this is a place I'm going to pick. But make sure you research and you find any apartments, any homes that you may want to rent. Look at any resources, like, hey, you could probably do Section 8. You could do income base. Look in a certain area. It's some nice ones. It's some that's, I know it's kind of touch and go with those Section 8 houses or low income housing, but just look into a good place, and it might be something that's brand new because they're developing stuff so much. Like, just look at some apartments that's probably super big, and they're going to go by based on your income because they're supposed to have a certain amount. If they look in the inner city, like a major city, they have to based off income as well, because they want to have people that actually live there be able to afford the places. So make sure you research the places that you want to live. I researched a place called the Cooperative. I'm going to put a little post up saying exactly what a cooperative is. And I did my research because I wanted to find something that I can afford. Like, I can afford. That was the biggest thing. Like, I didn't want to be out here feeling like, oh dang, I'm strapped for cash, or I don't have this, or I don't have that. And I wanted to make sure that I was able to afford it. My mom called and I was talking forever, but yeah. I think I was at researching and where I stay. I stay in a place called Cooperative, which is like we're part owners, we're shareholders of this company. And so we buy into and we would become shareholders of the property. So basically we get like the interest and the taxes off of our unit, which we stay in, depending on what size unit we have. So I really like them. My friend, one of my like childhood friends, her mom moved out here about 15-16 years ago. And I was like, oh, okay. I got the application, never filled it out, never decided to fill it out, just was looking at other places and like thinking about moving to an apartment. I think as the years went on, my want to move had grew. So I finally had applied to it. It was saying it was 6 months to a year wait list. When of course the price has changed. So to buy in, so when you buy in, usually the price is, I'm all over the place, but the price has changed to move in. So when you part owner, usually the prices range is called, what do they call it? I think it's a purchase price. I forgot what exactly. I'll put it on the screen if I got the right name of it. And it's like a buy-in basically. So it costs between, depending on in your state or your city, whatever, it can be between maybe $2,000 to, I've seen up to like $30,000 for these type of units. And like, they need the money then. Like, I'm not sure about some places that may want you to pay half and then gradually pay it on top of your carrying charges, but that's kind of what I did. And so I saved my stimulus, my tax refunds to move into here, and I think it was a better way than having to worry about, like, basically like people will say you need like security deposit, first and last month's rent to move into certain places, or some places might not even make you pay anything to move in. So it's all based on your budget and what you're wanting to. I feel like I paid a lot up front to not have to pay a lot monthly. Into the corporation, I probably paid around $5,000 to move in, $5,000. But my carrying charges is like $500. Carrying charges like HOA fees. So that's why I'm like, that's pretty good. You're not gonna get a 2-bedroom, 1.5 bath, basement with wash and dryer hookup for less than $600 a month. I forgot to tell what's included in my carrying charges. It's water, heat, gas, and maintenance for the cooperative. So look into that if you can afford it, if you can see in your area that you can get a cooperative. That is a good function for someone in the older that's probably, in their career and, just trying to get in that place of getting out on their own. And, or I even seen someone that got a studio apartment. If it's just you, even if you had like one kid, make it a way. Like, you can start somewhere. You don't want to go out unprepared, but find what works for you. So the fourth thing is do budget scenarios. So the thing that I did, I'm gonna post it up here. I did a scenario on what place I would move to based off how much money I bring in a month. So I basically was like, okay, I can stay here, and if I stay here, I pay this a month, and then that's how much money I have left. So, or I'm gonna stay at this apartment, and this is how much the rent is, and then this is how many bills I'm gonna have, and this is how much I'm gonna have left a month. So, I just tried to basically do a scenario, see how much money I have left, and I have wiggle room, would I be comfortable, like do those scenarios so you can see, like, if you don't know how much your electricity bill be, your water bill be, like, you can do a quick search and it would definitely tell you like the range, or even call those specific apartments and ask, like, what's the average utility bill a month, so you can kind of get a range of how much it is. Call the cable company or the internet provider to see how much your bills will be per month. So that's a good idea as well. So once you do your budget scenarios, you kind of like will have an idea of what you will be and what you need, what you'll have left. The fifth thing I wrote down is to start buying things now. Like, you're planning on moving, you know when you're gonna move. I didn't really start buying stuff fully till I kind of I got like guaranteed that I was moving. So I kind of like would buy like sheets here, towels, anything that was on sale. I would just pack up and I would just have it. So I would keep it, like just store it away and like Tupperware things. And yeah, that's what I kind of did. So like basically alleviate the cost. Like, you're gonna need sheets, you're gonna need towels, you're gonna need washing detergent, cleaning supplies. Like, you're gonna need all those things when you move, so it's best to just get those things now. Also, I know my fans on. Hopefully it's not too loud and it's not bothering this video, but yeah, and I hope this background isn't messing up anything, but yeah. So that's pretty much the tips I have on, moving out. Just be mindful of everything that you're trying to do, and stay encouraged, because if you're gonna get what you want to get, you're gonna get where you want to go. So just always stay prayed up, and my budget is didn't change a lot. The main things that changed a lot was of course, rent and some utilities. When I was at my parents', all I paid was maybe 2 to 3 bills. I think I paid 2 bills there. But majority was my own, like, debts and things like that. I write down my bills in this book, and I kind of like write it out every month. But I also kind of like every time I get a paycheck, I do it. So I basically budget the way, I don't know if y'all watch the Budget Mom on YouTube. I use her way. So when I budget by paycheck. And budgeting by paycheck is a good idea, because we tend to probably overspend, and we always probably like just take that one check and then think about like not thinking about the next, or just thinking about like what's due at that moment or what was due prior. So budgeting by paycheck is, I might put it up on the screen. That's a lot of editing, but I might do it that way. So basically, say for instance, I got paid this Friday. So I gotta look at all my bills that's due between Friday and all the way till I get my next paycheck. So the day before I get my next paycheck. So you pay everything up until that time span. Then everything's up to date. So the next check you get, you gotta look at everything that's after that. So you have to pay everything up to the next paycheck, so you will be able to cover everything. So my new budget, living on my own, I have to pay my rent. I'm paying my own car insurance now, so I pay in 6-month increments. So basically, I'm saving for the next 6 months. My cell phone bill, I pay that. That hasn't changed from that. I have 2 credit cards, which I already had prior to moving, which is a Bank of America credit card and a Kohl's credit card. So I have to pay those. I pay electricity, which was pretty good. I was paying like $70 a month on it at first, but then I changed And then I just basically pay because now it's getting up there because now it's the winter months. So I'm using my heat and stuff constantly. So that's basically been going up. I pay internet. I've been putting that money up, but I was in the broadband, federal broadband program, which basically paid your internet bill. Like if you had kids that was in the program, I think I was at my internet. So internet, it was a federal broadband program, and I was getting my internet paid because of the pandemic. So it started last year. It's ending, but they have another program. They said they cover like $30. So look into it if you really need to help with your internet bill. I pay the Ring storage from my. They would charge you for the storage, so I pay that. I pay for Apple storage. I pay for that as well for my daughter's phone. I don't even have an Apple product, but her phone and iPad needs some storage, so I basically pay for that. I pay for a Samsung storage. That's like 99 cents. I pay that for my phone as well. I pay tithes. I pay. It fluctuates what I pay, but I pay tithes every pay. Well, that's what I pay. I pay for my security system here. I'm a single parent, single mother. I pay for that as well. So it's simple, just to keep us safe. I pay for rental insurance, but I'm saving it because I paid it up for the year. So that's included with, because I have AAA insurance. So I included with that and the membership. AAA insurance, well, it's all included. And I also pay for YouTube TV. So I just pay for all of those are the things I pay. And I don't have any other subscriptions but that one. So, and I pay, so I don't pay that many subscriptions, but that's pretty much my budget. I budget for food, but I also get, cause I eat out or something like that. I do budget for that, and I budget for my gas. So yeah, that's pretty much it. For my budget, what I spend, and just tips on, moving on your own. I also advise you to always look for like federal programs, government assistance, and everything, because I use those to my advantages. Like when my daughter was out of school for pandemic and they gave us that pandemic EBT, look into that. I don't know if they're still doing it in your state, but some people are still doing it. Also, look into like if you can afford like food stamps. Like I think that is a great program. You'll be surprised that the income limits for that. So I think it's a great program. Don't knock it till you try it or anything, because I feel like the government is here to help in this issue. Like it may not be around forever. You know what I'm saying? Also, like if you are having an issue with childcare, they help with that as well. Apply. Even if your kid is just latchkey age and you need someone to watch for latchkey, they will pay for that. They will pay the difference. So you won't have to worry about spending so much money out of your pocket for a certain thing that you may need help with. Like we want to be self-sufficient, but we want to get to that place where we're, you know what I'm saying? And like, think about it. Like you're not going to be able to, you don't have to pay for childcare forever. You're not going to be able to you don't have to pay for the latchkey forever. You're not going to need assistance for food forever. So right now it's a huge help because everything is going up. Like inflation is crazy. So planning and saving money is going to be a big thing. Finding the job that you may need to do, getting another job, Uber Eats, DoorDash, whatever. Find a way to get that money to save until you can be able to go out and do things. Like even working from home, it's so many jobs from working from home. Like I've been sharing jobs for people and everything, but I get them from YouTube. YouTube, they will help you out. But if you have any other questions about, you know, moving out and how you did it and steps you made to do it, I think I gave pretty much the main steps is just planning, praying, manifesting, writing everything out, getting your budget together. I feel like I said everything that I need to say. So hope you guys like this video, enjoy this one. I'm sorry for the different breaks and stuff in the video. People been calling me, my daughter been asking me, so asking for stuff. So I appreciate everything. Thank you for watching. Bye.